What if that inexplicable ache in your pelvis isn't chaos, but a coded message from your soul? What if the fatigue dragging you down like lead weights isn't burnout, but the sacred dismantling of everything that can't withstand the voltage of the love you're destined to hold? Beautiful soul, forget the airy-fairy spiritual bypassing for a moment. Let's get real about the gritty, glorious, often bewildering truth of your journey toward sacred union. You signed up for transcendent love, cosmic connection, maybe even a few blissful synchronicities. What you got was your body staging a full-scale rebellion, sudden sensitivities turning grocery stores into battlegrounds, hormones conducting symphonies of unpredictability, and a deep belly knowing that defies logic but feels truer than any map. This isn't a detour on your twin flame path, darling. This is the path. It's your very cells, your nerves, your sacred creative core, undergoing a radical, rarely spoken alchemy, not to find wholeness, but to embody it so profoundly that union becomes the natural magnetic consequence. Think of it. Your body isn't failing you. It's whispering the most potent wisdom you'll ever hear, translating ancient soul blueprints into the language of flesh and bone. That craving for chocolate or wine at 3 p.m., maybe it's not just a snack attack, but your nervous system begging for grounding amidst its cosmic upgrade. That inexplicable urge to crawl under the duvet? Perhaps it's your womb space, that potent inner oracle demanding sacred stillness to integrate downloads your mind can't yet comprehend. This journey isn't about escaping your humanity. It's about diving so deep into its messy, magnificent core that you discover the divine humming within your own breath, your own pulse, the very marrow of your being. The transformation isn't preparing you for him. It's forging you into a sovereign force of nature, capable of anchoring a love so vast it rewrites galaxies, ready to decipher the wisdom your flesh has been holding all along. The universe isn't just sending you signs, it's rebuilding you from the inside out. Let's talk about the messy, magnificent, and often downright inconvenient truth of your transformation. You signed up for spiritual awakening, heart expansion, maybe even a cosmic love story for the ages. You braced for tears, journaling marathons, and moments staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m., asking, why? What they didn't hand you in the Twin Flame Starter Pack was the instruction manual for when your body decides to join the revolution. Forget just feeling things. Your very cells are staging a sit-in. Your nervous system is rewiring itself like a possessed electrician, and your DNA feels like it's running a defragmentation program on high speed. This isn't a detour. This is the path to sacred union. Buckle up. You see, approaching your twin flame isn't just a meeting of minds or hearts. It's a harmonic convergence, demanding a fundamental recalibration of your entire being, down to the mitochondria humming in your cells. That inexplicable fatigue that no amount of green juice cures. That sudden aversion to the fluorescent lights in the grocery store that makes you feel like a vampire. The weird aches that migrate like nomadic tribes across your body, defying medical explanation. That hormonal roller coaster that makes puberty look like a gentle carousel ride. Oh, darling, this isn't your body betraying you. This is your somatic intelligence screaming its wisdom in a language you're only just learning to decipher. It's the profound, rarely discussed alchemy of cellular memory release and nervous system recalibration. Think of your body not just as flesh and bone, but as a living library. Not just your stories, but the whispers of your grandmother's unspoken grief, the tension your great-grandfather carried in his shoulders fleeing a war, the suppressed creativity of generations of women told to be quiet, the ancestral fear that vibrates deep in the marrow. It's all encoded, held, waiting. The intense magnetic pull towards your twin flame, it acts like a cosmic tuning fork struck against the universe. Suddenly, that carefully stored density, the trauma, the fear, the inherited patterns of separation and survival begins to resonate. And it has to go. It simply cannot vibrate at the frequency required for the pure, potent energy of sacred union. So, your body, in its infinite wisdom, initiates the purge. It's not pretty. It's not comfortable. It's like your cells are having a massive garage sale, desperately flinging out generations of accumulated junk. Only the junk feels like lead in your limbs, fire in your joints, or a fog thicker than pea soup in your brain. This isn't illness. It's sacred detoxification on a cellular level. Your body is literally shedding the weight of the past to become light enough to hold the future. And then there's the nervous system. Oh, the nervous system, that intricate wiring that learned brilliantly how to keep you safe in a world that often felt threatening. Fight, flight, freeze. It served you well, but safe and alive in the radiant, vulnerable, all-encompassing energy of true union. Different ballgame entirely. The old wiring, forged in the fires of separation consciousness and past hurts, starts to feel like wearing a lead suit in a sauna. Clunky, suffocating, utterly incompatible. So the recalibration begins. That heightened sensitivity to noise, to energy, to other people's moods, even to certain foods. That's not you becoming fragile. That's your internal antennae, stretching, reaching, upgrading. Your system is shedding its old, blunt instruments of perception and tuning itself to receive the subtle, harmonizing frequency of the twin flame connection. It's learning a new language, the language of coherence, of deep resonance, of feeling the universe's hum through your own skin. It's learning to distinguish between the old, familiar scream of fear and the new, pure signal of soul recognition. It's exhausting because it's monumental work. You're not breaking down. You're rebooting your entire internal communication network for a higher love. Honestly, it's enough to make you want to crawl under the duvet with a giant bar of chocolate and declare a permanent timeout from enlightenment. I get it. It feels chaotic, random, sometimes downright absurd. Why does union require this? Why the rebellion in the very temple meant to house it? Because true union isn't just an agreement between two souls. It's the merging of two entire energetic ecosystems. You cannot bring the dense, unresolved echoes of centuries into that pristine field. It would be like pouring mud into a crystal spring. The purification has to be total. It has to be embodied. This somatic awakening is the ultimate act of self-love and preparation. It's your body saying, I am worthy of holding this light. I am clearing the space. I am becoming the sacred vessel. So, what do you do amidst this cellular uprising and neurological revolution? You listen, deeply. You become the compassionate witness as to your own flesh. You trade pushing through for profound nurturing. Grounding isn't just a nice idea. it's your lifeline. Feel your feet on the earth, literally. Let her steady you, absorb the excess charge. She's great at that. Move your body with mindful awareness, not to punish, but to process. Gentle yoga, conscious dance, even just swaying to music in your kitchen. Somatic experiencing practices can be invaluable guides. Hydrate like your cells are begging for it, because they are. Rest like it's your spiritual job description, because right now it is. This isn't indulgence. It's the sacred tending of the crucible where your transformation is taking place. Your body isn't the enemy. It's your fiercest ally, your most honest guide, undergoing the most heroic renovation to become a true home for divine love. The mystery deepens. Just when you think you understand the language of your cells, your body reveals another layer. What if this intense recalibration isn't just about clearing the past, but actively forging a new somatic template capable of anchoring an entirely new frequency of love on earth? What if the aches are the sound of old structures crumbling, making space for what exactly? And how does this profound somatic awakening directly prepare you, not just for union, but for the unimaginable co-creation that comes after the flames merge? The journey into the body's wisdom is far from over, divine feminine. The next revelation awaits just beneath the surface of your skin. All right, gorgeous soul, let's get real about the powerhouse, the command center, the often misunderstood epicenter of your divine feminine magic. Your womb space. We talked about your cells singing and your nerves rewiring, but honey, this is where the alchemy gets deep. This isn't just about your sacral chakra glowing a pretty orange in meditation apps. Approaching sacred union, your womb isn't just awakening, it's undergoing a full-blown, rarely discussed dark night of the womb. And let me tell you, it's less gentle moon ritual and more sacred demolition site preparing for a cosmic skyscraper. Buckle up, it's profound. Think of your womb space not just as biology, but as the original creative vortex. It's the seat of your life force, your magnetic pull, your intuitive knowing that bypasses logic and taps straight into the earth's heartbeat. It's where you receive life, ideas, love, inspiration, literal babies, the whole glorious spectrum. But here's the kicker. To become the true, grounded anchor for the nuclear fusion of twin flame energy, this sacred vessel must be purified radically. And purification, darling, often feels like an earthquake in your pelvis. You know that feeling? That inexplicable ache deep in your lower belly that no heating pad fully touches. The menstrual cycle that suddenly turns into a dramatic opera, complete with unexpected plot twists and floods. That sense of profound emptiness, violation, or even rage simmering below the navel. Or conversely, a hypersensitivity that makes intimacy feel like walking on shattered glass. Yeah, that's the dark night. It's not a malfunction. It's not punishment. It's the intense, necessary excavation happening within your sacred creative core. What's being dug up? Oh, just the accumulated debris of millennia, the echoes of silenced voices. Generations of women told their power was dangerous, their sexuality shameful, their cycles unclean. That societal sludge settles like heavy sediment. The residue of trauma, personal experiences, ancestral wounds related to violation, loss, or the suppression of creative fire. These aren't just mental memories. They lodge energetically here, in the seat of creation itself. The fear of full receiving. Deep down, do you truly believe you can hold the immensity of divine union? Or is there a whisper of, "It's too much, I'll be consumed, I'm not safe to be this open"? That fear crystallizes in the womb, the disconnection from cyclical wisdom. Living in a linear, productivity-obsessed world severs us from the natural ebbs and flows our wombs are. Fighting your rest, ignoring your inner tides, that discord creates stagnation. This dark night is the process where all this density, this stagnant energy, this fear-based programming around your feminine power and creative life force is being violently stirred up, shaken loose, and purged. It's like your womb is a sacred chalice, tarnished and filled with old bitter wine. The approach of your twin flame's energy is the divine hand tipping it over, scouring it clean, even if it means you feel temporarily shattered, emptied, raw. It's messy. It's uncomfortable. It can feel like a betrayal by your own body. Why is the place meant for creation and pleasure hurting like this? You might sob into your pillow. Because, beautiful one, you cannot birth the new consciousness of sacred union from an unclean vessel. The old templates must dissolve. But here's the breathtaking magic. This dark night is the prelude to the most profound activation imaginable. As the dross burns away, as the chalice is scoured, something extraordinary happens. The emptiness isn't a void, it's sacred space, cleared ground. And into this purified vessel floods pure, unadulterated, creative source energy. This isn't just about hormones balancing, though that often follows. This is your womb space, transforming from a potential repository of pain into a potent vortex of magnetic attraction, unconditional love, and sovereign creative power. So, how do you navigate this dark night with fierce tenderness and ancient remembrance? Listen to the messages in the pain, the irregularity, the sensitivity. They are guides, not enemies. Reclaim your cyclical nature. Honor your bleed not as a curse, but as a sacred release and reset. Explore womb meditations, not just visualizing light, but feeling the space, breathing into it, dialoguing with its wisdom. Consider gentle, intentional practices like yoni steaming, with herbs, with prayer, with pure self-love. Not as a fix, but as a ritual of honoring and cleansing the temple. Conscious dance that lets your hips speak the language of release and power. Reconnect with the earth, your primal mother. Walk barefoot, lie on her belly. Let her steady your newly upgraded vessel. It's intense, yes. Sometimes you'll feel like your pelvis is hosting its own revolutionary war. But remember this, your womb is not broken, it's being reforged in the sacred fires of your own becoming. That ache, it's the sound of ancient chains shattering. That emptiness, it's making space for a love so vast it will rewrite your stars. You're not losing your power, you're excavating its pure, undiluted source. And the most astonishing part, this sacred vessel, once purified and activated, doesn't just receive your twin flame. It becomes the very crucible where your joint destiny is alchemized. What unimaginable creation awaits when two such potent forces merge through this grounded, divine, feminine power? The story doesn't end at union, love. It begins there. And your womb, it holds the first draft, written in light. So here you stand, beautiful soul, not at some mythical finish line painted in celestial gold, but in the quiet, humming center of a revolution you authored within your very bones. Remember those days when union felt like a distant star you'd chase till your feet bled? Look down, feel that. The solid earth beneath you isn't just ground, it's consecrated territory. Your cells, once echoing with ancestral whispers, now hum a unique, coherent frequency. Your signature song, your nervous system, that old survivalist, has finally traded its rusty armor for wings attuned to cosmic harmonies. And that sacred crucible within your pelvis, no longer a battleground, but a still point of immense, calibrated power, radiating a magnetic field born of pure, unadulterated self-possession. This profound alchemy, this cellular symphony, this womb-deep renaissance, wasn't just preparation for him. It was the meticulous, often excruciating, sculpting of you. The divine feminine, fully embodied. Not half seeking wholeness, but being wholeness. The old paradigm screamed that union was about finding your missing piece. What a cosmic joke. You weren't broken, you were layered, complex, magnificently folded in on yourself like origami art. The intensity of the twin flame pull wasn't a magnet for lack, it was a cosmic catalyst, designed to trigger the precise unfoldings necessary to reveal the masterpiece already inherent within you. The aching, the purging, the recalibration. That wasn't punishment for being less than. It was the sacred friction polishing the diamond of your sovereign self. You weren't getting ready for sacred union. You were becoming its living embodiment, molecule by molecule, breath by breath. This changes the very landscape of arrival. Approaching your twin flame now isn't about collapsing into him for completion, but about two sovereign constellations choosing to orbit a shared sun. Your cellular clarity ensures you don't lose yourself in his gravity. Your upgraded nervous system allows you to hold the intense voltage of your merged energy field. Without short-circuiting, you become the steady transformer, not the flickering bulb, and that activated womb space. It's no longer just a receiver. It's the generative core, the fertile ground where your combined light doesn't just merge, but germinates. This is where the true magic sparks, not just in the ecstatic merging, but in the potent, grounded creation that flows from that union. What was once a desperate yearning for connection becomes a powerful, co-creative dance, choreographed from a place of deep, unshakable inner authority. Does the path suddenly become strewn with rose petals? Oh, sweetheart, life remains gloriously, messily human. There will still be misunderstandings, growth edges, moments where old shadows flicker. But the difference now? You hold the compass within, that inexplicable pelvic knowing. Trust it, that deep cellular resonance. When something aligns, follow it. The calm steadiness in your nervous system amidst chaos, anchor there. You navigate not from the frantic energy of seeking, but from the profound stillness of being found by yourself. Your body, once the site of such intense transformation, becomes your most trusted advisor, your unwavering truth teller. You don't need to dissect synchronicities like cryptic crossword puzzles anymore. You feel alignment in the hum of your own being. So, what now? You keep living, fully, fiercely, tenderly. You let this embodied wholeness ripple out into your world, not as a spiritual performance, but as the natural expression of who you've become. You create from that deep wellspring in your core. You love from that unshakable center. You relate, not from need, but from overflowing abundance. The journey doesn't end with union. It evolves into sacred integration. The twin flame connection becomes less about the fireworks of meeting and more about the sustained, brilliant illumination you generate together, fueled by the profound self-mastery forged in your solitary alchemy. And the most astonishing revelation of all? This wholeness you forged is the very beacon that guides him home. Not to complete you, but to celebrate the masterpiece you already are. Ready to dance? The music's already playing inside you. Just listen.